Hey everybody, Hosh here. Welcome to another Killer Bee Guy adventure filmed on the Insta360 Adventure Cam. Now, if you've never watched a 360-degree video before, you're the camera person. If you're on your phone, scroll left, scroll right, up, down. You get to pick your angle, whatever you want to focus on. If you're on your desktop, do the same thing, or a laptop, use the same technique, but with your cursor. Finally, if you've got a VR headset, put it on, because it's Killer Bee time. Now, we film and upload in 4K, so if your picture's blurry or bad quality at all, you want to go to the gearbox in the corner of your screen and upgrade your resolution to the highest possible quality depending on your bandwidth. And without further skidoo, we're in a Killer Bee hive. We just removed this housing over top of this well, and look. Check this out. I'm gonna stick this right in there. You guys can
So, what do you think there, Hope?
Well,
and of course we saw this over here.
Yeah.
And so went, we gotta go look inside.
We gotta go inside.
Yeah. Did you shove that up the old proverbial?
I did.
Close that door, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter at this point because we're gonna. But you know what? Actually, you can, because we're just gonna seal this up from outside. We went and looked. There's nothing inside.
Right.
And I'm really surprised we didn't kick up any snakes over here.
Yeah.
But that's all right. There will be a time. So, you know, I gotta tell everybody that. You gotta wait till we look at that. So you know how I always say that bees are very landmark oriented? The bees that are coming back from the field are all, there's gonna be a ball of them here, because this was their old front door when that shed was here. Now, I want you to look at this, Hosh.
Yeah, I see that.
I can guarantee you that when we lift that thing up,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to coat the entire inside of that
Yeah.
with undercoating, because there's been hives in here before.
Yeah.
In fact, look at all this along this wall. This was a great big hive.
Holy cow, there was a huge hive in here at one point.
Oh,
There's skeletons all on the walls, all on the roof.
I believe it.
I can't believe. I mean, it was wall to wall.
I've never done this one. I mean,
No.
it might have died off 10, 20 years ago, and vermin's got in and cleaned it up. Because
Can you hand me that?
I will. I'll hand you that. By golly. Gonna show everybody the skeletons.
Yeah. Guys, look at all that. That scarring there. You see this on the walls?
It's an emotional scarring. for
Yeah.
me. So this hive has been here for a bit, not all that long. Long enough to cause trouble, that's for sure.
We're in Cochise County here, outside of Freedom Farm.
Yeah, we're about 20 miles north of the border, international border.
Right.
We do, for
Something like
people
that. Should
who
we
are
stand this
newer,
up?
most of our beer are here in Cochise County.
I think
but
turn it on its side.
Oh, there you go.
do
Okay.
you guys ever go to Maricopa County? Someone had asked that?
Well, that's
Maricopa's
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Yeah, that's
Too far.
That's 200 miles north.
Someone would have to pay us a lot.
And make dinner.
And
Yeah.
And give us a place to sleep.
Yeah, and like
And
a
lodging.
really nice place. None of that single white shit we got. That's all we got down here. Here, come on over here, Lois. Look at this, Killer Bee Nation.
How do you drive?
Thank you. It's just my sense of humor.
What in the hell? Here, Lois, I want to get a shot here. Can I see that? Look at that, everybody.
Wow. Yep, you're right, man.
Yeah, do you see all that?
Oh, hell yeah.
Look at all that scarring, everybody.
That's bigger foam than I thought. That's
Yeah, it's big. It's, they've really been eating on it, though. There's not a lot left.
Well, it's that time of year. I always say we're lucky if we get anything this time of year, because it's their pantry. They've been eating it all winter, and there might be a little bit of pollen left, And they're real keen on hummingbird feeders right now. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, they do have a lot of nectar in here.
There is nectar?
Yep.
Well, something is coming into bloom. I mean, there is green stuff coming up. You said that you got green shoots all over your yard. Hope.
I do, yeah.
Wow. So you see how darkly stained that is? That's definitely been here since last summer. So that's beautiful. That's a nice piece, huh?
Yeah.
You know what, Hoach? I do want to... Oh, there's the sun. I wanted the sun.
There's capped honey at the top.
There's what?
There's capped honey at the top.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
So you see this? Here, this is capped honey.
So that's ready for consumption.
Yeah, and I think it's new. I think that I'm not sure they've been eating on it. And the reason I say that is you've got nectar here, here, and all around it. So they've been, and here in the back, look at all that nectar. See that glistening?
Glistening.
Yeah.
I'm glistening.
You sure are, Reed.
If you had anything important to say, I'm glistening.
Now, you know what we have here?
You're such a good listener.
Brood comb. Look at this, everybody.
Oh yeah, they're laying babies.
So these are
Tis the season.
these are pupae in here, and you can see some of them have just been laid. Look at this. Some of them just got laid.
Can you tell? Are they smoking a cigarette?
They no, look, Reed. See, they're uncapped.
Oh yeah. Oh,
so that means the queen just
starting to lay
just put them in there, and now they're gonna cap them over. But same here. Look at all that. A lot of brood.
Yep, a lot of brood. Yep, it is. Well, it's springtime in the Rockies, guys. And yes, this is actually the Rockies. It's the southern end of the Rockies, right, Lois?
Oh yeah.
Isn't it then? Golly. You know, I'm feeling kind of comfortable in here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you love it. It's your little dog
right
house.
in. Huh?
Yeah.
It's like a dog house and a bee house all in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fancy single white. I'm not used to these accommodations.
More brood. Look at this.
More brood.
I mean, 'tis the season. Now, when I'm seeing brood here, I'm like, yeah, that tracks. They're laying eggs.
It just makes Hosh's chickens happy. That's all
And
it does.
and it makes the chickens happy. Yep.
I mean, is there any pollen? There is no pollen.
At this point, I have not found pollen.
Right.
But a lot of nectar,
Yep.
a lot of brood, a little bit of honey.
Yep. Well, it's it's just been going all winter. And who we got? We got any good, interesting comments or
Well,
questions?
we just had a question about what is brood count?
Oh, okay. Good question. There are 3 sections. Okay.
Here, let me get a piece out.
Last time.
Here.
Okay, here we go. So there are 3 sections in the hive. All right, 3. Each one of these little cells is a canning jar for bees. It wouldn't let me alone. It was like her feather earlier. Each one of these is a canning jar for bees. They can be used for 3 things. They'll put in each of these little cells. Either honey, which is one of their pantry, or part of their pantry, the food source. Pollen, which is the other food source, or they raise babies. That's what all these capped cells that you see here are. And like we've shown the other day, see all those white grubs? That's larvae. Those are baby bees. Baby Satan. Satan's sperm, right there. That's what I'm talking about. And so they will hatch now. In a normal Africanized hive, 2,000 of these are laid every day, and 2,000 are born every damn day. And in the springtime, which we're coming into rapidly here, the queen will ramp up production, so they're laying more eggs, and they overpopulate the hive. Now, this is nature's way of propagating the area with bees, and so when the hive gets overpopulated from so many babies being born, so much brood comb, that's what we call brood comb, to answer your question. It's the nursery. It's where the baby bees are. She'll overpopulate the hive so that 10 or 20% of the bees can take off, go find a new place to live, and then you get another hive. And that's a real serious problem that we have with these Africanized honeybees, especially because they're a deadly invasive species, is they are populating the entire area and competing with native pollinators. They're driving them out. Did you know, I heard a thing, Host, the other day, yesterday as a matter of fact, might have been last night. We do a lot of research, we do a lot of studies, and this 2024 was the worst year for bumblebees in recorded history.
Yeah.
That's recorded since man has been keeping track of them. because these damn bees that we're dealing with right here are a deadly invasive species. They don't belong here, and they are killing off all of our native pollinators, especially bumblebees. Now, that doesn't mean they're not killing off other native pollinators. They most definitely are. They're horrible. Don't keep bees in your backyard, you guys. Everybody thinks you're doing everybody a favor. You're not, because tell me what part of keeping an invasive species is good. Please. Because not 1 ounce of your food comes from backyard beekeepers or feral hives like this.
But they pollinate, Reed. They pollinate.
They pollinate, yes indeed. That's why
Well, they don't pollinate well.
That's why I had a vasectomy, so I couldn't.
I mean, because, you know, the reality is they don't have a symbiotic relationship with any...
Right, no, symbiotic, they have no relationship. They're invasive.
Yeah.
And so they don't have, like, bumblebees have, and other bees also have what's called a buzz pollination, where they will actually vibrate at a certain hertz. Now, if you're a ham radio operator, you understand what I'm talking about. At a certain hertz, certain vibration of sound, and the flower reacts to that and releases its pollen. They're the only ones that can do that. Not these guys. These guys are fucking Vikings. These guys are evil little bastards.
And remember, they also sleep in late, and some things need to be pollinated early in the morning.
Yes,
and that's what other bees are good for.
Some native flowers, and especially certain types of squash that have been studied extensively, only are available to be pollinated early in the morning when the bumblebees get up. And these guys are little assholes. They're just Vikings. They don't care about my feelings as a remaining.
Yeah, I mean, what it comes down to is the more honeybees there are, the less native pollinators and native plants there are.
And native plants.
So there's a lot of species of native plants and native pollinators that are at serious risk
because of these. And because of backyard beekeepers. Now, of course,
because of these little dildos.
People hate us because of this shit, but I don't. I love being hated for telling the truth. Actually, I just love being hated, period. But, you know, I mean, given my past and all. What? What the hell is he talking about again?
What the hell is he talking about? Again.
Again.
Let's go back to Hosh, where he's rubbing nubbins.
Back to you, Hosh.
I am
back to Hosh, where he's rubbing nubbins.
I am scrubbing nubbins. Once again.
Scrubbing or rubbing?
Well,
rubbing nubbins.
it depends on which ska record he's coming up with next.
Yes. Oh my God. Well, gang.
Should we roll this over so you can paint it easier?
Yes.
Like tilt it.
This is, I think, hilarious personally. Apparently somebody's asking if the murder hornets were released, they could kill the killer bees.
No.
If they do what?
If the murder hornets could kill the killer
No, they
bees.
could not.
No, they cannot. In fact, you know what? You want to see how that works out? We did a show with oh, he's coding under it. You want to get a shot of that? We did a show with Japanese film crew a few years back, and if you look on the YouTube channel and look up Konnichiwa bees on our channel, you'll see all about it. That's Konnichiwa bees. Because the killer bees won hands down. These are the most evil thing on the planet.
I couldn't quite read. Somebody, I think, was asking if we're destroying their habitat.
Oh yeah, we are.
Wait, that was dirt.
I don't know. The question went away.
We
and I don't know
are
how to get it back.
disturbing. We are destroying their habitat because they're destroying this habitat.
Exactly.
It's kind of like Kill or Be Killed, you know?
And do you know that was the name of the Nat Geo, or the Animal Planet show? The series they were going to do on me?
Oh, yeah.
And I asked what the name of it was going to be, and that was pretty brilliant, actually. They trademarked it, otherwise, yes, I'd be using it. Kill or Be Killed. Isn't that awesome? So now, of course...
So yeah, what's Hosh doing down there now?
What the hell is Hosh doing down there? So, I would get on the insides of those and everything. Don't tell me what to do. Lois is going for a ride here.
Goodness. This is a wacky little...
So, this is automotive undercoating, and this is not a DIY channel, you guys, so don't even think about it.
Don't think about it.
Don't think about it. Stop thinking about it. And all those skeletons you can see, there was old comb here before. You can see them, right? With comb skeletons. They smell good. And those pheromones will soak into the wood or concrete or whatever they're attached to. And a new swarm flying by, that's how this hive ended up here, was they smelled it and thought, wow, if it was good enough for them, it's good enough for us. And they move in, and you got another hive. So we're doing our best to prevent a new hive from moving in. What I'm going to recommend that we do is recommend to Andy that he caulk all this up and maybe put some dirt or a concrete lip around this or something, you know?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you know what'll happen. We'll be back.
Oh yeah.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. So that's what we're coating this all with. Anybody got any fun little questions or thoughts? And I mean, back to the old, you know, the old age-old question. I have no idea why we're so good looking. It makes no sense to me either.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
stop asking.
Just stop
Here's
asking.
your chance for a quick Q&A. I can actually look at all the cameras and see in a good spot.
You can actually
right
see
now.
them, really?
Yeah, because
Holy shit,
I got
Scott.
my bonnet toward my face. The
Oh,
sun's
good.
not in
Well, a
my
little closer,
eyes.
and that way we'll get
And
some
I'm not
screams.
trying to not get stung by bees now.
Thank you.
so.
Don't get stung by bees. Don't do it.
All right.
Looking good, huh?
Yeah. Do we want to foam up that hole?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I want
Oh yeah.
that
Look
laser.
at on his ass. Look at this. Coach,
What?
turn towards me. Towards your left, right. There, that's good. Look at his ass. See that?
Ooh.
I hope I don't have any on me. It's too much work.
No, they're not in the building. I will caulk it up in case
Ow.
they can get into
Ow!
all
Ow!
over there where the
What's
pipe
wrong?
is going in.
I'm trying to dance like you.
And
Ow! Anyway, we're gonna have to brush each other up.
and
You want to use foam or
Reed-
caulk for that
Reed's
hole?
been doing this. Reed, somebody asked how long you've been doing this and how you got in the business, which that's a whole nother episode.
I used to drink heavy, you know. That's a whole nother.
But Reed, I will say he's been in the forefront of doing this since these things made it into Arizona over 35
Early 90s.
years ago.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, actually, I'm a mead maker and I make honey wine. And I mean, I always thought it'd be romantic and fun to have my own bees and get my own honey and never leave the house. But I used to make beer originally, and back in the 80s and whatnot. And then I realized two things. I switched to honey wine and making wine, but primarily mead, for two reasons. It's a lot cheaper and easier to make, and the girls like it. Well, I'm not stupid. It's dirt, you know? And so I started making mead. And I used to have like 20 hives up by the tunnel in Bisbee before I realized they were an invasive species. I mean, no one really knows this, and I don't know why. Save the bees! And they have a picture of a freaking honeybee. They have a picture of an invasive species as their big logo, as their banner, right? It's like having the enemy's insignia on your flag as you're marching into war. What the fuck? You know, people are so ridiculous, as we all know. And if you want to see how ridiculous we are, just look in the mirror. So anyway, then the Africanites came across the border in '93 technically, and I used to watch clouds and night bees take cars down Highway 80 by the mid-'90s, and they were so mean. I was so tempted to see what's going on with this aftermath thing and everything. They got so damn mean. I mean, I had hives that would give me 200 pounds a year. Anybody that keeps bees know that's a shitload. But I couldn't get within 100 yards. They'd come and attack me. And they would come all the way up and sting Dad 200 yards away with zero provocation, nothing at all. I mean, 200 yards. And so, you know, we got rid of them. Everybody in the county got rid of their bees. And then it segued into, I don't know why I like that word, segue, do you know?
It's a good one.
Segued into,
It's like Sedgwick.
segued into the removal aspect of it, because the ranchers started calling me and the cowboys out here and shit and saying, you know, those bees been in that well cover for, you know, years, and they never hurt anybody, and then all they're stinging the horses and cows and me, what the hell? So I'd explain the crossbreeding, you know, European with African to make African eyes, and they'd say, well, I don't give a shit, come on, get rid of the goddamn thing. And I'd go out and open up a wall or tip something like this over, and there'd be 500 pounds of comb in there. Duh! You know? So I segued into that. So that's basically a quick little synopsis. Lois knows way more about me than anybody should, because that's how we met, and she's a journalist. And she was going back and forth to Minnesota and back and forth, and I had no idea who this person was and whatnot. And we kept, you know, going back and forth with her article, which is really great, actually. Look it up in the Bisbee Observer. It's really most accurate, you know. It's really awesome, actually. Thank you, Lois. Really was just the best. And there's been a lot of stuff written about me, mostly in police beat. Anyway, and of course the obits. But anyway, so it's just a little synopsis of what happened, and now it's turned into this whole shenanigan. Because it was so much fun, I had to shenan again.
We got a lot of good questions, people, but we do have to run. So
Yep.
we're not ignoring you, and these will be answered later. I know somebody wants to know the history of killer bees. Again, that might take a little
Oh
while.
boy, yeah, that's a
Watch
long...
our pinned vids.
Yeah.
Oh
but
yeah, the
there's-
pin
Watch our
vids.
pinned vids. If you're on TikTok, watch our pinned videos. Watch all 3 of them. Go do it right now.
Go do it right now. We'll wait
Our
a minute.
stuff has all the education and answers a lot of these questions.
And also, all of our vids, we educate every goddamn time. I mean, we may be irreverent about it, tough shit, but it's war footage. So, but we educate every single time. So just if you watch a half a dozen of our vids, you will know more about these things and about native pollinators and killer bees and invasive bees than you ever wanted to, and you'll know that it's not a DIY channel.
No, and I think one thing to have them watch too is when we use in our training, because they are
Yes.
asking about, you know, backyard beekeepers. Well, one risk is that they get taken over by the Africanized
It's
when
gonna
they're in your
happen.
backyard, and that happened in Old Bisbee in 2022.
Yep.
And it was terrible. People went to the hospital. They
Yep.
got stung.
Yep.
So there's
Well,
really
it
no
happened
way.
all
there's-
over the place
And it
here
happens
in the
now
90s.
all over the country.
And
yeah.
there's no way
That
you
was just
can-
the best document.
You can't really
Right.
stop
Turn
that.
around.
The
You
only
got
way
bees
you
all
can
over you.
stop
Do
that
I?
is if
You
don't
do
have
too.
them in your
You do too.
backyard.
I do.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but you really have bees all over. Turn around. Look at him. He's got piles of them. Look at this.
So yeah,
I'm not
no
sure
bees
what-
in your backyard.
I'm not sure what the
It's
hell
just
that
not
is.
a good idea.
I don't know what
Leave
that
it to
is.
the picture.
I'm inspired by Ding Dong.
It's Thai bee.
All right. Any last words here? And thanks everyone for joining. Like I said, we'll
Love
see
you
your
guys. Go to
comments later.
killerbeeguy.com. Get some honey.
Watch
Host, do
our
you have anything to say
educational
about well
clips.
thingamajiggers and whatever
Yeah,
the
what
hell
do you
we're
got
getting
to
into
say?
here?
Well, here's the thing, guys.
Well,
This housing here, as you can see, this housing here had multiple hive iterations over the
Right.
years.
Right.
Now, if you have somebody come and get rid of your bees, whether we're talking about relocation, which don't do, it's a destructive invasive species at best and deadly at worst. If you got somebody coming in, they've got to get the comb out and they've got to do something about masking the pheromone. So they've got to treat it in a way that future swarms don't move in. That'll happen over and over again unless you treat it properly. So
Right.
you make sure whoever you're using to exterminate these damn things does it the right way. That's number one. Number two, never relocate a feral honeybee hive anywhere in the US. And I don't care if they're docile. I don't care if they're gentle. It doesn't matter. European honeybees are a destructive invasive species. They inbreed the native plants, they compete with our native bees, 4,000 species in North America, and they inbreed, did I say inbreed native plants?
I don't know. I can never hear that word enough, though.
Everything's wrong.
In Coaching County.
They are the reason for the world's problems. And so you want to exterminate them. Never relocate a feral honeybee hive. Always exterminate it. And we'll see you guys on the next job. Let's save America's native bees, America's native plants, and America's native pollinators. Thanks for being with us, everybody. Run, run, run away. Man, there's a lot of bees here, a lot more than I thought there were.
It wasn't that scary.
it was fun though.
I just had my pitchfork. I gotta brush you off. You got, like Paul.
They came out quickly.
No, they were
and
pretty pissy at first, but
they were.
Yeah, I mean, overall, though, I'd call this like a class 2 or 3.
oh yeah, no, it wasn't bad.
You know, overall.
It was B9.
Yeah, except that they're inbreeding
We'll do it again.
everything. I'm inbred because of them.
Okay then, that was fun.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Somebody kept saying something about a blazer. Is that triggering?
Oh my God.
So, you know that job that you and I did at the